everybody, welcome back to Cards by the Hill. My name is Jane Hill. Today we're going to do two techniques for decorating a wax candle. Okay, now this one's seen better days, but you can buy these on Amazon, eBay, supermarkets, craft stores. You can get packs of them, so they're easily accessible. This one smells like vanilla, which is really nice, so you could use a scented candle if you want to. Right, so what we're going to do first is start off by doing our first technique, and we're going to use decoupage paper, rice paper. Okay, so I've got a number of pictures on this sheet. And I think we're going to use the top left one here. Now, when you prepare a piece for decoupage, you want to try and remove it from the sheet as best you can. And then, because we don't want to stick it straight on like that as a square, we're gonna fray the edges. So if you use some water, you can then just start to tear around the image, which will make it fray. So you don't want any hard edges. So you just go round, remove the excess as much as you like, as little as you like. Okay, so we've got an image we're happy with. Now as you go round, careful you don't tear too much of the picture away. So there's our image, that's just excess. And then we're going to make sure that fits on our candle nicely. So there we go, it's going to look something like that. Okay, now to adhere it to the wax, you need some parchment paper. So I've got some here. You just cut a piece of the sheet off. Make sure you cut it big enough to fit. And there is our image through the paper. Now you're going to need to pull it fairly tight. So you could put a rubber band around the top and the bottom if you like. I always overcut them so I can hold the back like that tightly and then work with the image. Now try and make sure you haven't got any creases in it, especially on the image. And then you can use your heat gun to adhere the image to the wax. If you haven't got a heat gun, you can use a hairdryer, works just as well. Alright, so I'm just going to get the heat gun, we'll continue. Right, so we're going to heat it up, and you're looking for a colour change. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Close up. There we go, you see it changing colour there, it's going darker. That's what you're looking for. Don't go too mad, too close, otherwise you'll just burn your image. And then it will melt onto the candle. So I'm going to finish that up and then I'll come back. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Close up. There we go, you see it changing colour there, it's going darker. That's what you're looking for. Don't go too mad, too close, otherwise you'll just burn your image. And then it will melt onto the candle. So I'm going to finish that up and then I'll come back. So we've heated the image up, it's all done. I'm going to remove the wax paper. There we are. So now you've got a candle with your image on. And because it's for Christmas, we're going to decorate it a little bit for the season, and then you can actually use it as a gift for somebody. Okay, so got some twine. We're going to use some of that. I'm going to go around the top of the candle. I'm going to glue that little edge at the top there. Just going to use some Nouveau. You could use hot glue, but bear in mind it will melt the wax, and if it does melt and it melts too much, you won't be able to get the candle back again. Right, so that's going to glue, and then we're going to follow the candle round. Okay, just in a circle around the top. So this is the first technique, as I say. The second technique is using a napkin. I'll show you that afterwards. So carry on going down with the twine. Make sure everything's straight. Make sure you put it tight. And they're all close together. Now obviously this is just for show, this candle. You wouldn't want to burn it, otherwise you'll have to remove all the embellishments, just to be on the safe side. Right, there we go. So we've got a few rows. We're going to cut it off there, round the back. Cut it off round the back and glue that edge down. Okay, so there's our string. You can play about with it afterwards, make sure it's in the right place, make sure everything's straight. Just hold that twine down so it glues. Right, push it up to the top as far as you can. Okay, and then we're going to make a little bow out of the twine. Let me just take you up a little bit. I'm going to make a bow out of the twine. Show you that in a second. You can use anything to decorate. Bows, twine, embellishments. I mean, the list is endless. So make yourself a bow. And then we're going to have to glue that so it doesn't come undone. Right, so there's our bow. And then I've got some pine cones, leaves, bits of fern, twigs. And this was from Holly and Ivy. I think it was on Crafters Companion. So we're going to take some little bits of this. A couple of little cones. See how big that fur is. I think that's a bit too big. Right, so we'll take a couple of cones. And what else have we got in here? Oh, we've got a couple of berries, mistletoe berries. Okay, so my phone stopped recording for some reason while I was finishing off the candle. But there we are. I've hot glued it on instead because we were going on to string so it wouldn't melt the candle. So I've added the bow, 2 small cones, 2 mistletoe berries and a sprig. Okay, and that's our candle finished. And this image can be kept out all year round. It doesn't have to be out just for Christmas, which is an idea. If you do one, to use an image that maybe can be kept out all year round. And that'll make a nice present for somebody. Right, so moving on to the second one, which I actually prepared but wasn't recording. So I've got this image here, which is a napkin. I've cut it off this sheet. And we're going to keep the border in because there's a border around the edge of the image, so we're not going to fray it this time. And you take the backing off very carefully. Okay, and you're left with the image. Piece of parchment to go completely around the candle, as we did before. And then I'm going to heat it up and then I'll be back. Okay, so there's our image on the candle. That takes up quite a bit of the candle. It's just cooling down. It looks quite nice with the border. So just need to decorate it for Christmas. We could do the same thing as we did with this one. Mistletoe berries, sprig, cones, whatever you've got to hand that's Christmassy. Right, so for this one I think we're going to use a sprig of fir tree, a couple of cones again, and I'm just going to get some ribbon and we're going to put a ribbon around the top. We've got some Merry Christmas ribbon that I think we'll put around the top there, just to add a little something to it. So we'll go around the top. Tidy up the edge. If you don't mind burning the edge, burn the edge off. Right, so if we go around this way, we bring the edges to the front, we can cover the edges up with the pine cones. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that down with a little bit of hot glue, not too much because you will melt the candle. So let's take it round and the edges meet at the front, like so. Make sure it's down properly so you can actually see the candle. As I said before, these are purely decorative, to be on the safe side. Right, and then where we've got the meeting of the ends, we're going to put our sprig of fir tree, and we can glue it onto the ribbon, and we're going to add our pine cones. To make it look a bit festive. So, I mean, you can really add anything you like to these. There's no right or wrong way. And there we go, there's our festive candle. And of course, if you wrap it up in cellophane, up to the top, ribbon around the top, I mean, that'd be a lovely gift for somebody. Alright then, there we are, there's our two candles. Christmas gifts. Two different techniques to get the same result. Alright then, thanks for watching everybody, see you soon. Bye.